Hi, I'm Tracy. I am a wife, a mother, and a huge believer in what Christ has done for me and can do for you, but it hasn't always been that way. Growing up, I lived in a single-parent home. My mom remarried after she divorced my father, and my stepfather was an alcoholic. There were many things that I was exposed to as a child and into my tween years that no kid should ever really have to be exposed to. In 7th grade, I was desperately seeking for something. I, at that time, would have said I was searching for someone to love me, and in doing that, made a lot of unwise decisions. I was in middle school when I lost my virginity. I was drinking, smoking cigarettes, and even got into some drugs a little bit. That went on for several years. There was an incident that turned violent at one point, and it was kind of an eye-opener for a little while, but eventually I just went back to that same pattern of just the party life, and that was my life the rest of middle school, high school, even after graduation. I had gotten into a couple serious relationships, but it just progressed in that way, and it was hard. There were definitely things that nobody tells you about. You hear about the diseases, and you hear about unwanted pregnancy, and nobody ever shares with you the emotional scarring that happens and how that can take literally a lifetime to get over. I did actually at one point become pregnant, and I miscarried 9 weeks after I found out I was pregnant. And so even that, carrying that, and it's just very, very difficult. Something I've lived with for a very long time. I was searching for someone or something to love me, and with everything that I went through, I never found somebody that would love me back unconditionally. Chris and I were friends in high school. We ran with the same crowd, and just one night we were all out, and we just started talking and said, we need to go out on a date. And so we went on a date, and went on another date, and 9 months later we were engaged, and 11 months later we were married. And it was really at that point that we knew something needed to change. And although we knew that, we did not make those changes right away. I did get pregnant with Kaylin 4 months later, and endured a lot of sickness with that, and just a lot of new trials. And really through that, it brought Chris and I closer and closer to God. We still were not living exactly how we should have been, and over the course of the next 2.5 years, I would say, God kind of put people in our paths to guide us a little bit. But it was really when we got here in Virginia and started coming to Mount Pleasant that things really started to change. The small groups, the Sunday school classes, just the people that we met in the different ministries, and the MOPS group, and just sisters in Christ really reaching out to me and loving on me and accepting me. And thankfully Chris was able to find that same from a group of men here at Mount Pleasant. If you're sitting there and you're feeling these same thoughts that I felt, I'm not worth it, I want someone to love me, I want just to be accepted, know that you can find that in Christ. He has changed my life in so many ways. He has healed my heart, and He's given me a new song. I have joy in my heart, and I invite you to come here to Mount Pleasant, to find a group of believers that will encourage you and help you along your path, and turn to the one who loves you more than anyone else ever will or could.